Do you remember that premiere? That was so messy. Yes, thank you, Lee. The way I was like, Lee will know. What color nails do you think I should wear? There's like red in my outfit and I'm wearing red jewelry. I'm like, do we really want to wear more red? I have a red. I'm like thinking like nude maybe? If I can find 10 of these ones, I want to wear this color. It's like a violet. Sorry to keep you waiting. The one of Vanjie like pushing down the entire thing. That premiere was camp. Okay, what is that thing on the internet though going around right now? It's like Carrie Colby, Cornbread, Gus Kentworthy, Georges. Like, what is that? I don't get it. It's like a weird drink. I mean, I can tell. For cannabis? Like, I'm seeing it everywhere, and I'm like, what is happening? Like, it's the weirdest collaborations, too. I'm like, how did we get all of these people in the same room? Like, what was the budget? What was the budge? Thank you, Chalora. I was actually gonna wear it to PAX, but I didn't wear it to PAX. I don't know why. I bought it specifically for PAX, and then I just didn't wear it. Because I'm stupid. I know, I'm like scavenging for a sickening supply of penis pumps. Sorry. I don't know why my new obsession is saying penis pumps. Anywho. A sickening supply of penis pumps. Sickening, no? You heard me, Mia. Alright, we got the full set of nails. We won. I love that pump. Let me put that in there. I'm just trying to get set up with everything. Alright, and then I am going to move my screen. I'm just talking out loud. I am so big on the screen right now. I mean, I guess it's because it's a state of play. It doesn't really matter. I have no energy today. Actually, I have a Tiny Tina Sparkling Boom Magic drink by G Fuel. Also, you can use code Nemesis at checkout right now. The code is boosted again, so you get 30% off as well. It's back to 30% opposed to 10%. If anybody was interested. Alright, we got the whole screen on there. Alright, it's on there. Perfect. Stan Carrie Colby. Oh yeah, absolutely. Hi Ivy. Happy to see you. How you doing? Alright. Or like State of Gay. Well, we'll see, because the last couple of State of Plays, there was no gay found. Everything in this better be gay, because it's Pride. I want Pride stream. Come on. This is gonna fuck up my nails so bad. Hold on. This needs to be broken off. Ow. This is really glued down. Oh, shit. Oh, she's rusty, dusty, and fucky, wacky. Sorry, that probably made people cringe. Are they announcing things? Apparently, this is supposed to be focused in... PlayStation VR games, which I'm not living for, but you know, we stream these. If anybody's new here, we stream all of these game premieres. I like to call myself the correspondent that does all of this shit. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get nails on. All of my shit is glued shut. This always happens for these. I always get to the countdown and I'm like struggling to get nails on. If you're here for all of these, you know. Okay, we got it. We got it. All right. Thumbnail going on. Listen, Mia, you didn't know me in early 2017 when I would just go to the club and everybody would be like, hey, poopy schmoopy. That was like my aesthetic. Everybody was like, oh my god, poopy schmoopy. And then like, Peapod. It was like literally every, like that was my, and then sexy minion. Because Onyx did a sexy minion look, and you can even look, like I'm not, you can fact check. A nail rush is a tradition. No, it is. Diner Dash, but it's with nails. Oh my god, like the anime I'm watching. Y'all, I'm not usually into anime, but the anime I'm watching is so good. Me and Slay Mama are watching it. It's about like this murder mystery. I'm not telling you what it is because I don't want anyone to spoil it, but bitch, it's so good. We're gagged. It has me moving. And we're not usually like, I'm not a anime sit down and watch fan, but I'm like, I'm into this. It's kind of like Danganronpa. It's like a murder mystery. It's kind of gaggy. We're just having a girls' night because we were trying to find video games to play and it was not giving. There's no video games right now that I'm like, slay. We need something from this. PlayStation's slay. Yeah, how about we don't do PlayStation VR? They said it's gonna be focused in PlayStation VR. Apparently the release date for Stray got leaked. Spoilers. So I think that's gonna happen today. I hope not a WWE. Maybe the AEW game to rival. It's another wrestling company that does stuff on the opposite side of the coin. And I know they're making a game, so they're probably gonna release it to rival WWE because WWE is getting a lot of heat lately. Why are my fingers red? Like I'm bleeding. I'm not. I'm fine. I'm A-okay. Everybody, thank you so much for coming today. Can we get some Nemesis 45 microphones in the chat if you have it available? I'm so excited. These are my favorite types of streams. I haven't been in drag for like a week and a half. Very excited to be here. Thank you for coming. Also, did everybody see Twitch posted me in their Pride ad? Wasn't that kind of gaggy? They had me front and center, the second person in the advertisement. Like, that's so fucking cool. They approached me about it, and I was like, I'm gonna get in drag and film some stuff. And they also took footage from the partner, when I got partner. I'm excited to see what else they put together. But I'm very thankful, very happy about it. Like, it's so weird to be like, yeah, Nem, you're a Twitch partner, and like, you're being successful. Like, I never thought we'd see the day. I thought we were just gonna be like, silly poopy fart until nobody ever wanted to sponsor me ever again. But we're really out here. Doing the damn thing. Thank you. Hi, Rothy. I don't know if I said hi. Hi, Roulette. Hi, Leader. Hi, Lit Dad. Happy to see all of you here today. Guys, I think I'm bleeding somewhere. There's like blood on my fingers. But there's no cut anywhere. The Danganronpa theme plays. Ah! My Dragula era. Oh my god, we won. Achoo! Oh, thank you for rating Achoo. That's so generous of you, baby. Please spam the Sonic Lois in chat. If you are not subscribed to Achoo, you should for just that emote alone, alongside their amazing content. Achoo is one of my newest friends here on Twitch, and I am so happy I met them. They're so fucking funny, so fucking cute, and they're amazing. So please follow them. Emotional support Ginger, thank you for coming in and dropping a follow. I'm almost at 9K followers. Thank you all so much. Yasugo, thank you so much for the follow as well. We just finished DVDs. I am doing good. I'm rushing to put this nail set on so I can look gorgeous and stunning and sexy and hot. But we're about to watch the State of Play. It's 30 minutes long. Then I have no idea what we're doing after because, you know, I never plan anything because I'm horrible. This nail's not gonna work. It's not happening. This is not gonna work either. Okay, I'm putting on a thumbnail on my middle finger. Also, nobody make me stand up because literally my panties are showing. Like, this is so embarrassing. Everybody, if you see me stand up, be like, Nem, no. Do they announce new games? So State of Plays are, I would say, they do them about 3 times a year, and they are, depending on what content they have lined up. And State of Plays are basically Nintendo Directs, but for PlayStation. If you don't know what Nintendo Direct is, they are informational live streams with upcoming games. Basically, like, since E3 isn't happening this year, they're really moving towards everybody doing their own live streams and fun, informational, upcoming stuff. That's the best I can say, but it's a live stream that has a lot of upcoming releases and stuff, and I live stream them on my channel with the chat so we can be gay, and because the main chat is very flooded and not appropriate, but here we are. And we have a good time over here. I'm gonna move my microphone soon. Do I sound good? Do I sound good? I turned the volume up a little bit. It should sound a little better. But thank you so much for the raid. How was the DVDs? Soon Nem is going to be mainstream, then we can't go, oh, you probably don't know them. Yeah, right. In what world? Never gonna be mainstream, you're silly. Crimo Dave, thank you so much for the follow. Did I say hi to everybody? Just wanna make sure I'm saying hi to everybody. Leader and Bob, thank you so much. Happy Pride, welcome in everybody. All right, 1 minute left. 1 minute left. I put on full body shimmer, so y'all better get into it. Y'all better love it. Hello. Oh no. I fucked it up. Are we good? Okay, we're fine. I did it. I fixed it. Yes, I would love Final Fantasy VII Remake news. Oh my god. The body shimmer is on my chair. I look like that is... Okay, I'm shedding. I'm shedding. Slay. Love the makeup. Thank you. Gerard Gay, thank you so much. I was gonna wear it to PAX, but I guess this is another alternative for the dress. 7 seconds. As I spill my drink all over me. Okay. Thank you so much. All right, it's happening, y'all. 3:24. 2023. What are we getting first? Final Fantasy? Last of Us? What do we got? Arg. N. Resident Evil? What? Resident Evil 4 remake. Okay. Started out with a bang. Bang, bang into the room. Okay, that's how you start. That's how you clear. Started off hot. Was that Ada? Oh, this looks like scarier than the original. This looks insane. Oh my god, it looks amazing.
Vacation, eh?
Wow, what an upgrade. Holy shit. You know, I was a little tentative when I heard Resident Evil 4 was getting a remake, but this looks amazing. Because Resident Evil 4 still holds up.
No.
Wow, great start. That looks great. And it's coming out in March next year.
If I could just forget what happened that night. The pain. Even for a second. This time, it can be different. It has to.
Wow, I'm gagged. Birthday game, birthday stream that comes out around my birthday. Pisces. Nobody moved. No one moved.
State of Play returns, and we've got some great PlayStation updates to share with you today. And thanks to Capcom for kicking it off with Resident Evil 4, coming to PS5 with PlayStation VR 2 content also in development.
No, it's only
Let's get a
PS5!
sneak peek at 4 games in development for PlayStation VR 2.
Not PlayStation VR 4. There's 4 games we're about to look at for PlayStation VR. I'm good. I am good. Crickets. Crickets.
Wow. Well, Ethan Winters.
Maybe I would buy this just to get domed by Lady D, but like, that's it.
Let's see how special you are.
Yes, Mother.
That's Mother. That's Mother. That's Mother. Yes, Mother. Yes, Mother. Welcome in, Ziggy. Thanks for coming. Oh, giggles, giggles. Hi, Ava. Yes, they announced Resident Evil 4 remake. It looks amazing. It's coming out in March next year.
Man blood.
Oh, be careful what you wish for, Ethan Winters.
It looks amazing, Ava. It's on the same engine as the other games. Who likes big women doming them? Raise your hand. He looks kind of the same, yeah. I'm gay. Who's a sub in the chat?
You, of all people, have the audacity to question me? You, who emerged from the putrid waters of the bayou to plunder our righteous
Nobody moved.
and cut our throats like a demon in the night.
Does anybody even like play PlayStation
you
VR?
done
Like, you
to
can't even
ensure
live
the
stream from a
future of
PlayStation
this
VR. Like,
forsaken
nobody
city?
like, actually nobody moved.
You, who have brought nothing but chaos.
Yeah, I'm a Twitch sub. That's true. Everybody subscribe now for no advertisements, and all sub revenue goes to my tattoos I'm getting on the 14th.
Who resurrected it. It
Shut up. You all are subs. You don't even play with me. Everybody that just said, haha, I'm a Twitch sub. You are twinks.
And I vow
Silence.
to spill it.
Silence, twinks.
When the bells ring, the song they sing will be righteous. Welcome home, tourist.
I don't like when you say yikes to me, Mia. I don't like that. Lee's like, oh. This looks great, everyone. Everybody, do you think this looks fun? Everybody say yes. Come on, give it up. Space games look so fun. Come on, come on. I'm lying. It doesn't look good. Crickets. Nobody moves. No Man's Sky is like decades old. We're done. We're okay. We're good.
There.
I'll buy this if I can suck him.
Where are you taking me?
That ass? Give it to me.
I asked you a question.
Oh. Aggressive. Damn.
Mama says Reyes is a good shot.
Yeah, and I'll put arrows through both of us. You're switching with me.
There's something in my... Okay. I'm just trying... Okay.
Snap mom.
Just trying to get comfortable here. 'Cause I can't... I need to cross my legs. Don't let the girls out. The girls. Like I have two down there.
Blames
Two dicks!
I've been released from prison. But why?
I can't. I'm rubbing off everywhere, this body shimmer.
Climb the
My mom... What? I don't have my phone. Mom, I literally can't get up. My phone's over there. If you're asking about Monster... Fuck. I mean, I don't know what that is. Like Monsters Inc. Like Monsters Inc. Monsters Inc. Monsters Incorporated the movie.
It will take all your wits, your skills, and courage. You have...
Yes, I'm trying to type yes, but I can't.
Now it is time to climb into the light.
All right, no interruptions are making me get up. My penis will show. My mother's in the chat, so I'm not flashing the audience.
Hi, I'm Ben McCaw, Narrative Director at Guerrilla. I hope you enjoyed your first look at Horizon Call of the Mountain, coming exclusively to PlayStation VR 2.
Don't you guys love
Also
Monsters
happy to
Incorporated?
announce that
I
a
love
big
that
update
movie.
to
Like,
Horizon
honestly, when I
Forbidden
go to
West,
Disney in a
including
couple
New
days,
Game
I'm gonna
Plus,
go to
will be
the
available to download on
Monsters Inc.
PlayStation
ride.
4 and PlayStation
Yep, I'm
5
very excited for
today.
that. Very excited. Let's get back into the state of play. Shall we? The silence from everybody. Thanks,
For details on
guys.
this free
Thanks.
Update, please check out PlayStation Blog. From all of us at Guerrilla, thank you for your continued support, and please stay tuned for more updates to come.
Glad you all have my back.
Get ready, a PlayStation fan favorite is coming to PC.
PlayStation fan favorites coming to PC. Great. Unless it's up, like, it needs to be good.
These past few years, sacrificing so much and asking for nothing. If you want to change,
I just bought this on PS4! Are you fucking kidding me?!
Who can make the hardest decisions? Do you really need two of those?
You are everything that's wrong with
Oh, I'm blocked. Oh, I'm done.
Go,
Which Spider-Man is it? Is it the hot one or is it the twink one? Which one? Which
You
one?
can't just push people around like that.
Is it the twink or is it the hot one? Is it the one on TikTok with Terry Joe? I need to know. You're a piece of shit. I'm done.
Leave your clothes on the kitchen floor?
I can't wait to have his dick swanging. I'm not, because you have to do 100% to get him in his boxers. This is it! Stray! Release date, July. Watch. I'm a visionary. Ah! It's gonna be July. Watch. Watch. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Watch me. Liv Morgan tease. Liv Morgan is shaking. Has everybody used code Nemesis at checkout for G Fuel? $30% off right now. I can't wait to play this. We're playing this on release day. We are playing this on release day. You literally play as a cat. It's so cute. Look at it! Look at the baby! The baby! Release date July. Watch. Watch. Watch me. Call me a god! Call me a god!
Explore a mysterious cyber city in Stray, coming to PS5 and PS4 July 19th. PlayStation Plus Extra members and higher can download Stray at no extra cost when it launches next month.
Oh!
Next, 3 games that will get your heart racing.
3 games that'll get our heart racing? Oh my god, Project Eve is coming. Project Eve is oh, they're bad. What? Is this that stupid bitch game with the lady, the old lady again? I can't. She's in everything. Oh my god, Alien Isolation 2, we won.
Take a look outside. Did you know that they call Callisto the dead moon? Dead. Just like you would have been.
Thank you, Maddie.
Fished you out of that wreck.
Can we get some commotion for the outfit during this Nobody Cares trailer? Get some commotion for the outfit, how hot I look. I think this is Dead Space, so I actually think it's a good game, but never mind. Just give me attention. I like attention.
Is entirely
oh.
I'm just trying to give you.
I wanted to cover myself in glitter, but I did body shimmer instead.
Rebirth.
Rebirth? I've given birth before. I have, it's true. This looks fun. This looks like Space Last of Us. Ooh.
I just love that last part.
I'd play it if I got sent it and provided it and sponsored. Take notes. The Callisto. Ooh.
In the year 2030, a new blood sport grips the globe.
The year 2030 when I die.
And in the arena, there will only be the victorious.
This is Project Eve. Okay. Oh, I'm into this. Okay. Oh. I would play this. Who's ready to duo? Duo drop. Duo drop.
The world is watching.
I don't know if this would get my heart racing, but like, sure. August 16th. This will be great after I learn how to roller skate this summer when someone uses exclamation point throne and gets me a roller skates.
Sometimes I wonder if things will ever be normal again.
This is Project Eve. We won. Oh, I guess not. Oh, that's his beaten arm. Look, how are you supposed to touch your penis with a sword hand? Damn. Wow. Oh.
The world hasn't ended yet. It's not hopeless. I won't let anyone else get hurt!
Don't you want science in your corner?
This looks cute. I see the vision.
Oh, ew.
I'm kind of into this.
I look forward to seeing what you can do.
Maybe I'll buy it. Maybe. Or maybe if I get provided it, if you know what I mean. Dropping subtle hints, I want it. And I want to work with the developers. Come on now. Oh, no release date. Ooh, ooh.
Yes.
Action games and dating sims collide in Eternights, coming.
It's a dating sim?
For next year. Let's check back in with Capcom for a new look at an upcoming heavy hitter.
Capcom's releasing something? If it's space, I'm out. Anticipating. A little nervous. Oh, it is Street Fighter. Hugo was on the board. Hugo was on the board. It's Street Fighter. I saw Hugo. It's Street Fighter.
When you go looking for strength, it's not like a game.
Hi, Capcom. I'm lovely and I have a lot to offer.
Okay, then.
I love your games.
You want to start off on the right foot in this.
Oh, he's hot.
Hit the streets.
Yeah, hey, there I do this. Never fear lose.
Oh, I dance? Is it open world?
And if you think I'm going forward, then you talking fool. Yeah, y'all wanna win, let me spin, boy.
It's open world? What?
And I put on for my city from the intro.
Yo! Oh! Ah! Gorgeous, gorgeous girls. Please suffocate me with your thighs. I love her so much. Woo! Oh, Ryu looks so sexy. The foot shot. We won. We moved. We're up.
Let me have some fun.
We got up. We're jumping. We're jumping. Oh my god, it looks amazing. I love the style. The aesthetic is really good. I love this soundtrack. Wait, show more characters, please, please. I like that guy doesn't have shoes on. They did it for us. What? Like... Yeah, where's Cammy? Where's Jury? I want to see more. Show us more. Where's Poison? Come on, for Pride Month, can you show us Poison? For Pride Month, please. Please. For Pride Month, please. Well, Poison has to be in it because they showed Hugo. Right? 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 They're kind of like a pair.
That was your first look at Street Fighter 6.
That's gonna win like Game of the Year.
It comes to
it's
PS5
not,
and
but
PS4 in 2023.
It looks really good.
Now it's time for 2 indie adventures arriving later this year.
When the second one is Project Eve. Oh, I wish I had my phone. Indie adventure. Yeah, I'm sure of it. Oh.
She set out to record life at the end of this season.
To make it real for people in the future. She asked us about living together.
And we asked her about traveling alone.
When the season turns, what will remain?
I feel like I would cry at this.
Only what she saw. What she captured.
She carries the sounds of the season with her. The way she listened made you want to tell her everything.
This is Martha is dead too. Oh my god.
I got to look in her journal.
We won.
The world was telling her its secrets. I think she even figured out what will happen to us when the season ends. Is it going? Is it gone?
Not yet.
Looks pretty. Looks good.
世界中のゲーマーの皆さんこんにちは。ファイナルフ
Oh.
ァンタジー16プロデューサーの
Oh.
長くお待たせいたしましたが、いよいよファイナルファンタジー16の最新情報をお届けする日がやってまいりました。最新のトレーラーとともにインタビューなども始まりますので、ぜひそちらも楽しみにお待ちください。今世界には本当に様々な困難があります。僕らゲーム開発者にはゲームを一生懸命作るということし
Everyone
か
breathe.
で
Everybody
き
take each
ま
other's
せん。
hands.
ゲームというエンターテインメントを通じてゲーマーの皆さんが心の底から楽しめる時間を提供していきたいと思ってます。
Breathe in.
それでは最新のトレーラーをどうぞ。
When they show part 2 coming out after this trailer, because this is for 16. Not hold the penis up. Stop!
Who are we?
I saw it say tyranny and I thought it said another word and I got very nervous.
Power we wield, it wears away at our very being. It breaks us. It unmakes us. That its immaculate aspect might reveal itself. The icon.
Come on,
There's going to
come
be
on.
another war, isn't there?
Come on. Give it to us.
Every day we delay brings us closer to disaster. We must move now.
What the fighting game?
The
the chaos he would wreak would sweep all of Valisthea into the abyss.
I'm already suspicious.
I unite the dominants, that we may bring an end to the strife, and found a new order to see us unto tomorrow.
Oh my god, it's Fire Album, we won! When Edelgard comes and ends the main character, her.
To its foundations.
Is that Shiva? Stunned. I don't like these health bars. I don't like that. It's giving like 2D fighter.
Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on.
All these guys aren't hot, they just look like they would slur me. I'm not. I'm not sat, I'm standing. I don't think that trailer was all that. Controversial yet brave opinion. That did not really sell me. See, he's hot, but like, that's it. I think I'm getting up. I'm... Okay. 2023 PS5 exclusive. Okay.
And that's a wrap. Don't forget to visit PlayStation blog to learn
That's it?
about today's announcements. See you next time.
That was not 30 minutes. Wait, you're lying. You still have 2 minutes. You still have 2 minutes. 2 minutes to fill. You still have 2 minutes. Excuse.
PlayStation.
Oh, wow. 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 No, the one in March was a lot worse, Mav. But I don't think that was great either. Skinny Bites, thank you so much for the follow. Wow. Honestly, very controversial, very brave, yet very controversial opinion. That Final Fantasy game does not look good. Like, it really does not look good. Like, I'm not sold. Like, I need to see more. I know it's early, but maybe Square Enix should invest in their games and not NFTs. Anyways. Moving on. I'm not sad. The conversation is not over now. I'm not sad. I'm not. I did not really enjoy that. Yeah, maybe in 2024 when they delay the game for no reason. Yeah. I'm really disappointed I can't stream the other days of Summer Games Fest because this is technically the kickoff for Summer Games Fest. And I'm really upset I can't. I'm gonna really, really try to stream it remotely from Florida on hotel Wi-Fi. But we'll see. Yeah, like, I knew we were gonna get a lot of VR content. Like, I knew we were going to because that's what it said on the website. Because it said it was, like, focused on VR content. But, like, damn. That took up, like, 10 minutes. That didn't even feel like a 30-minute presentation. That felt like 2 seconds. And, like, a lot, like, I love indie games, but a lot of the indie games I wasn't really up and moving for. I feel like it was such a phase shift between, like, we literally saw Street Fighter 6, and it was so action-packed to go straight to an indie game. Like, they could have really, like, upped the ante and released something after it. Because, like, it was, like, so, like, in it. Arson, I don't think it looks good. From what we saw, I didn't really move. I'm not really living. But good morning, honey. That's true. Yeah, I'm mad because, like, I'm honestly on such a Final Fantasy kick right now that it's, like, really disappointing that they're flubbing the game. And it's not only that, but it's, like, literally Square Enix as a whole, I've heard, is not really, like, not doing well right now. Like, from what I've heard. Like, they're not the best company. So it's, like, kind of disappointing because that's, like, their title. Oh, so it's a different team. Interesting. I really can't get hyped for the year. Can't get hyped for a game with the largest window for next year. Yeah. They used to be. Yeah. Nev said, no, honey, don't be excited. Wow. 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 Thank you, Arsen. Thank you, babe. I hope we can do something soon. I, like, miss you so, so much. Yeah, I agree. Slay Mama says something very important. I feel like they should stop showing off games that aren't coming out until another year plus. I agree. Guys, I don't know how to feel. I feel empty. I don't even know, like... So let's recap, shall we? As we usually do after a presentation. So, Street Fighter 6, I think, sold the presentation. Also, Resident Evil 4 were the two big things. Can we think of anything else we're excited for, or does it end there? Like... I think Resident Evil 4 has potential. Oh, Stray's coming out, true. Oh, in that dating sim game, that was good. Okay, so we're getting there, we're getting there. From what I understand... Okay, should we just go through the presentation again? I know we're just, like, skimming it right now. So, we got Resident Evil 4 at the beginning. Does that come out tomorrow? Oh no, the beta's tomorrow. I'm gonna play that as soon as I get home from Florida, but I'm not gonna be able to stream it until I get back, as well as the Corey. Unfortunately, I can't. I'm literally gonna be away, which sucks, because, like, there are so many games coming out in that window that I'm literally gonna be away for, and it sucks. Like, I feel, like, so guilty and gross. So PlayStation VR flops. Like, there was literally no reason to show these in a state of play. Like, I don't want to be rude, but, like, you literally could have showed, like, this is just a trailer for Resident Evil. Like, it's literally a Resident Evil trailer, Resident Evil 8 trailer, plastered with the PlayStation VR logo. Like, there's nothing new here. There, like, actually nothing new. Like, does anyone care? No. This, who cares? Nobody. This is, I think, already out for PC, so literally who moved? This, I think, is the only saving grace, but, like, literally making a Horizon Forbidden West, like, content thing that isn't in the main game for PSVR is such a weird angle. It kind of gives me, like, NFT, like, kind of thing. Like, it's so gross to me. I don't enjoy that. PC Spider-Man, I can't wait to see the naked mods, but like I'm upset because it's probably going to be the twink Spider-Man, but people will probably mod it so you can play as the other Spider-Man because it's remastered. So it's not the original guy that's on TikTok. He's literally like with Terry Joe right now. It's so fucking funny. Stray is outselling. We're going to play it. This zombie game looks cute, but like I don't want to pay for it. Like, no offense. Bye, Marshall. Thanks for popping in. This game looks good. This roller derby game. This cute dating sim game looks cute, but it's like far out. Street Fighter 6 outsold. I just don't think this game really had a place in here. Like, I love it. It looks really good. Like, it looks like such a good game, but like, it felt so misplaced. Like, it felt like right after Street Fighter 6, like, it was so, like, this should have started the show. Opposed to, like, in the middle of Street Fighter 6 and Final Fantasy. Like, I wonder how much it cost to get your thing here. Like, that must have been a lot of money. And like this, I have so many emotions about it. It honestly looks like they're trying to make it like summon battling. Like Pokemon battles. Like that your summons fight it out and you do nothing. I think that's the angle they're taking. Because they're hyping up the summons a lot. And like the health bars, I don't. I'm not a big fan at all. Like, actually not at all. I just find it so bizarre after so much controversy with the Final Fantasy games. Like, why try a new angle? Like, why try to do something new when you've gotten so much backlash recently for doing new stuff? I don't know. Is that, like, strange? That's how I see it. Like, why would you, like, change?